Hello friends, Anna here, founder of Young at Heart. Today I'm going to be giving you your free art tutorial and we're going to be doing some mark making with different art materials. So what you're going to need is a sheet of paper, bigger the better. I've got A4, but if you have A3, great, more space for expression. You will need some kind of art material, so you might have some pens, some ink, some paint, maybe some pastels, maybe some charcoal. The more the merrier. If you don't have a lot of different kinds of art materials, then different colours would be great so you can differentiate the different marks that we're making. And today we're focusing on the idea of how when we were born, we all as human beings started as a blank canvas. We were ready to receive what life had to give us. And we weren't really influenced or conditioned yet by anything or anyone. And as we've gone through our lives, had our different experiences, met different people, we have been shaped in different ways. And so we've kind of gone from being essentially the same when we're born, blank canvas, everything, we're ready to experience everything, have a new experience. And we've gone from that existence to becoming our own unique person. So that the idea behind the white sheet of paper or blank canvas is this is meant to represent us and who we are, and then the different art materials are the different experiences that we have going through life. So once you've got all these things ready, we can make a start. So I invite you all, first of all, to take a deep breath in through your nose. Put our hands on our hearts. We're going to take a deep breath in through our nose, out through our mouths. Do that 2 more times in your own time. Are you ready? In through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Wonderful. Well done, everyone. So first of all, everyone, I'm going to invite you to reflect on and think about a time in your life where you felt challenged about the way that you perceived something and you had to change your perspective on a situation in your life. So we're thinking about a time in our life when we were challenged and we had to change our perspective on something that happened in our life because of something that happened. So just take a second to think about that, a time in your life when you had to change your perspective, and you were forced to change your perspective on something. And once you've kind of thought about that idea, then allow the emotions and feelings to rise in you that you associate with that time in your life. So it could be that you felt anger, jealousy, happiness, excitement, whatever you felt in that time when you felt challenged and had to change your perspective. Let that feeling rise up in you. Don't let it overwhelm you, but just allow yourself to feel it and just sit with it for a minute. And as you feel these feelings, you choose your art medium that you'd like to use first. So for me, in the situation I'm thinking about, I felt very stubborn. I was like, no, I don't. Initially, I was like, I can't change my perspective. Before I got to the point where I was like, actually, you know what, they're right. So for me, I'm gonna take a red pen because for me that's a color of stubbornness or maybe anger. I don't know. And I'm going to make a red line like this. This is my stubborn red line. You can choose what art material you'd like and what kind of mark you would like to make. So this could be a squiggle, it could be a line, it could be maybe a spiral, something that represents how you felt about that situation when you were challenged and had to change your perspective. Brilliant. Now, once you're ready, when you've done that, we're going to place our hands on our hearts. Not placing our hearts anywhere, placing our hands on our hearts. We're going to take a deep breath in through your nose. And breathe out through your mouth. And in our minds, we're going to say, thank you for these feelings that I'm experiencing now. And I am ready now to release them. I am ready to release these feelings. Thank you. Whew. Well done, everyone. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next one now. I'm going to ask you to think about a time when you felt particularly ecstatic and happy. It could be maybe somebody gave you a gift, or maybe somebody gave you some good news and it just lightened your day. Anything like that. Just think about a time in your life when you felt ecstatically happy. And then allow that feeling again to rise up in you. Feel that ecstatic happiness in your whole body. Just feel it for a second. Don't allow it to overwhelm you, but just feel it in your body. And then when you're ready, you're going to choose your art material. I'm going to choose a yellow pastel because I associate the colour yellow with happiness. And you make your mark on your piece of paper that you associate with that feeling. Now this could overlap the shape or mark you've already made, or it might be alongside, it's up to you. So I'm going to make my mark now. A happy mark. You can make whatever mark feels authentic for you. I'll show you now. My happy mark is this wavy line, because when I'm happy I feel like I go through all the kind of tingly and happy up and down emotions. I'm like, woo! Sometimes get overexcited when I'm happy. So you take that time now to make your mark, your happy mark. And when we're ready, we've made that mark. It's very intuitive, we're not spending too much time, just going for whatever feels right at the time. We're going to bring our hands to our hearts. We're going to take a deep breath in. And let that breath go. And in our minds we're going to say, thank you for allowing me to feel these feelings. I am now ready to let this go. I'm ready to release these feelings. Well done, everyone. Great. Now when we're ready, I'm going to move on to the next scenario. You ready? If this is too fast for you, I'm going at a pace that I kind of hope that, well, not hope, I'm assuming a lot of you are going to be doing this quite quickly. But if you're feeling this is too fast, you can pause the video because we're on YouTube, and then take your time. So don't feel rushed. If you want to do it in your own time, just pause the video and take your time. I just don't want to bore anybody that's racing ahead. Everyone goes at a different pace. Okay, so third scenario. This time, I invite you to think about a time when you felt let down and or disappointed. So maybe somebody kind of betrayed your trust, or you were expecting somebody to meet you one day and they didn't show up, or something like that. A day, or a point in your life where you felt betrayed or disappointed by somebody. Okay, so I'm going to choose some purple ink, because for me, purple ink is that kind of like jealousy, or that kind of that not quite happy feeling. That's the colour I think of when I think of that kind of feeling. So I'm going to use purple ink. So I have lots of random things in my art cupboard, and for some reason couldn't find any paint, which I have a lot of. So feel free to make your mark now when you've been disappointed or let down, betrayed by somebody. You do this in your own time. I'll show you what I've done. I made a mountain because I feel like, for me, at a point where I'm being disappointed, I might actually be at my highest point. So I'm in a really good mood, and then I find out some bad news, and then I kind of go down the mountain. So I can be at the top of the mountain in a sense, in my happiness levels, and then I find something out, or somebody disappoints me, and then I go right to the bottom. So that's why I've done a kind of mountain shape, but you can do whatever shape feels authentic for you. Great. And when we're ready, we've done our shape or mark. I'm going to place our hands on our hearts. We can take a deep breath in and let that breath go. I'm going to think, thank you body and mind, heart, for allowing me to feel these emotions. I am now ready to let them go. What a relief, eh? You might have to do this a few times before you really let it go. some of the things we're touching on are quite personal, actually. It might take a while to work through. It's not always as easy as just saying, I'm going to let it go when it's gone. You know, sometimes you have to come back to it and go, yeah, whew, I'm going to let it go again and again. Okay, so guys, when you're ready, we're going to go into our last scenario. We're going to think about a time when you felt unconditionally loved and treasured. So this could be by someone, a person you love, or it could be by an animal, it could be any situation where you felt you were unconditionally loved and treasured. Now, I'm going to be a bit controversial here, and I'm going to use some black charcoal, because a lot of people think that black is quite a depressing colour, but I actually quite like black because it highlights the other colours and makes them stand out. So I think actually in some ways black is quite beautiful. So take this time now to make your marking of how you felt when you felt unconditionally loved and treasured. And as you're doing this, allow the feeling of being loved and treasured to build in your body as it flows out of you and into your markings that you're making. So I've done a nice big black heart, which is allowing the other colours to shine through as well. It'd be great to see what you guys have done at home. You could always email me at anna.youngatheart@gmail.com if you'd like to share what you've made. That'd be wonderful to see. Anyway, so once you feel you're ready and you're satisfied with your markings of feeling loved unconditionally, we're going to take our hands to our hearts. Deep breath in. And let that breath go. In our heads and our hearts, we're going to say, thank you for allowing me to feel this emotion. I am now ready to let this feeling go. Thank you. Wonderful. And when we're ready, everyone, we're going to take another deep breath in. And then let it go through our mouth. And in this moment now, I invite you to have a look at what you've made on your piece of paper and look to see if you can see any patterns or any images jumping out at you. Can you see anything that you didn't see before, like maybe a face popped out or an animal or just something that's kind of come up through your piece? Can you see anything overlapping, or is everything separate? Just have a look for a minute and see if you notice anything. I'm going to have a look at mine, see if you turn it upside down, if it looks different then, or sideways. I've noticed in my picture, I think this looks a little bit like an angel. And I say that because I can see the yellow light behind this heart, which reminds me of an angel because it's kind of, in my mind, an angel would be surrounded by an aura of beautiful, kind of bright light. And this is kind of the nice outline. But it'd be lovely to hear what you guys see in your pictures. Wonderful. So, as we're considering our life patterns and where we've come to this point, we just think again about, wow, like we all started out as this blank kind of canvas, and then bam, look at us, we've now had all these life experiences and they've created a beautiful canvas of our life. And you know, these all mean something to us individually, and each of us will have drawn something a little bit different, which is really amazing and intriguing. It'd be great to see what you've created. I'd be really interested to hear what your markings mean, or even if you just want to share a word or two about the exploration you've been through today. That'd be fab. So friends, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me today for this art exploration. If you would like to book a free half-hour one-to-one art session with me at some point, a video call, you're more than welcome to email me at anna.youngatheart@gmail.com. If you would like to have a session that's a bit longer, then you can obviously have the first half hour free, and then we can negotiate prices for hiring me to do longer sessions with you at a price that feels okay for you. Obviously during quarantine it's going to be a little bit different price-wise because everyone's at different places with their work at the moment, so I totally understand that, which is why I've been offering free half hours. Also, I would like to encourage you to share this YouTube video with anybody who you think would benefit, and I will be tuning in again next week for a musical experimentation free session on Facebook Live, and then it'll be posted on YouTube, so it'll be really great to engage with you there as well next week. Date to be confirmed. I'm going to finish this session by sharing with you a quote from my favourite poet, Rumi, who is a Sufi mystic. It goes like this: "Believe in love's infinite journey, for it is your own. For you are love. Love is life. Believe in love's infinite journey, for it is your own. For you are love. Love is life. Believe in love's infinite journey, for it is your own. For you are love. Love is life." Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in today with me, and I really look forward to engaging with you either through email, through video call, having a look at what you've been doing, or just having a nice chat. You know, if you fancy a chat sometime, then, you know, send me an email, it'd be fab. Thank you so much for engaging, and I hope that you benefited from this and that people you know will too, and you can share it out with your friends. Thank you, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.